Let's move on to email number 2. And the second email today comes to us from Patreon supporter David Chance. And first of all, thank you so much, David, for being a Patreon supporter. Greetings, John. One of your fellow pundits said because of Henry Cavill's box office that he is not a real movie star. In your opinion, what makes one a movie star? All right, thanks a lot for the question, David. Let me just say right up front here, I have no idea who you're talking about. I legitimately don't. I have no idea who you're talking about when you said a fellow film pundit of mine. I have no idea who you're talking about. Look, I consider myself a fairly smart person, but I say some pretty stupid things sometimes. Even though I consider myself a fairly smart person, you're probably a fairly smart person, but you'll also probably be the first to admit you probably say some pretty stupid things sometimes, right? It's part of the human condition. It's what we all do. I have no idea who this film pundit is you're referring to, but it's a pretty stupid thing to say. And I guess today is their turn to say that. To suggest that Henry Cavill is not an actual movie star because of box office? Really? That's your measuring stick is box office? I can name you 2 films right now that he's starred in that have, made over $600 million. I can name you 3 films of his that he starred in that's made over $500 million. He did, as much as it was disappointing and it lost money, Man from U.N.C.L.E. made over $100 million. When you name, there's a reason why if you say his name and he's attached to The Witcher, boom, everybody's talking about it. Because everybody knows who Henry Cavill is. He's a presumptive front runner to play James. I don't know that he's going to end up playing James Bond. They came this close to getting him to be James Bond before. You want to suggest to me Henry Cavill is not a movie star? Really? Now, somebody might foolishly try to suggest, well, John, you can't count those 3 movies that made over $500 million because those were franchise movies. You're talking Man of Steel, Batman versus Superman. Those are franchise movies. You can't count those. He's no movie star. Really? Let me ask you this. Is Robert Downey Jr. a movie star? No, seriously. Is he a movie star? Everybody is, of course, nodding yes. But all he basically does now is big franchise films. That's all he does. The last non-franchise film he did, The Judge, total flop. Total flop. The one before that, The Soloist, that he did with Jamie Foxx, total flop. Absolute flop. Now, if all you're going to look at is his MCU stuff, okay, and then his Sherlock Holmes franchise stuff, okay. But if you looked at his stuff that's not franchise stuff, but of course Robert Downey Jr. is a big movie star. Obviously he is. To suggest that Henry Cavill is not is just a stupid thing to say. Probably said by somebody very smart. And like I said, we could sit here for the next 3 weeks making a big list of the stupid things I've said and the stupid things you've said. And we've all said stupid things. So that's no knock on whoever said this. But it is a dumb thing to say. Henry Cavill is absolutely, legitimately a movie star. It's not like he's famous. It's not like he was a former pro athlete and that's why he's famous. It's not like he's some reality TV star and that's why he's famous. It's not like he was some singer and that's why he's famous. We all know Henry Cavill because of his acting. That's why he's a household name. That's why casting agents line up to get him. That's why he's been in films that make a lot of money and some films that don't make a lot. But guess what? So does Leonardo DiCaprio, so does Brad Pitt, so does Robert Downey Jr. The suggestion that Henry Cavill is not a movie star is preposterous. It's absolutely preposterous. But then again, I've said lots of preposterous things, so it's no skin off anybody's nose. All right, let's move on now to topic number 3. And